Hi, welcome to Radiant Resilience. I'm Tori, and today I'm going to be taking you through a slow flow yoga practice that gives you a little bit of everything. So hopefully by the end of this class, you will feel just overall better. We'll be doing some things to help with stronger muscles to keep our posture really good. We'll be working through our feet a little bit, tiny little bit of core work. What else? And we'll be working on the hips to get the hips nice and open. You're not going to need any special equipment. However, if you know you like to use a strap for figure four pose, or you like to use your blocks for lunge type of poses, or if you need a little padding under your knees, have all of that set up before we get started. Reminder to keep yourself safe. Everything we do is optional, so if something doesn't feel good, you're going to skip it or you're going to change it up, modify it so that it works for you today. Okay, let's get started coming down onto the floor. I like to start in constructive rest pose, which is this position, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and the arms comfortably away from the sides. So it's one of those poses that allows some of the muscles that might be tight and pulling on your low back. It gives those muscles a chance to soften. And then tuning into your breath so that we're bringing ourselves into the present moment, letting everything else fall away for a little while. You're going to start to notice your breath without changing it. And then start to exaggerate the movement of your belly. So when we get the belly moving, that's coaxing the diaphragm to move more, which brings more air into the lower lobes of your lungs. It cues our nervous system to move into a more relaxed place. And it massages the organs. So just kind of notice how this belly breath is feeling. Okay, so now we're going to do a little thing to help release some of the fascia of the diaphragm. So the diaphragm kind of connects into the insides of the rib cage. So you're going to take your four fingers on each hand and make kind of a claw, and then scoop underneath and up behind your ribs. So I'll sit up so you can see a little better. So you're going to be going under the ribs and back kind of behind your ribs. Okay, so it's easier to do it lying down because then everything kind of falls away and you can really get in there. But you're going to start in the center and you're just going to go under and up and just kind of move your hands back and forth. So it's just a little movement, just a tiny little side to side right there as you gradually go out to the sides. And as you're doing this, just notice. So every once in a while, I'll hit a spot, and it's almost always on my right side, but I'll hit a spot that has a little more sensation or maybe a little tenderness. So if you find one of those places, maybe pause there and just work it a little longer than the other spots. Like right there is the spot that I always feel. And you're just going to work it. So just like all the other fascia in the body, the fascia for the diaphragm can get kind of frozen up, especially if your natural breathing pattern isn't making the diaphragm move a lot. So if you know that you're an upper chest breather and your belly doesn't move a lot with your breath, then the fascia that connects your diaphragm can get kind of stiff and tight as well. So we're just releasing that. Okay, so that's probably good enough. And then let your arms come back down. And go back into that exaggerated belly movement with your breath. And just see if it feels any different. Personally, I notice that I feel like I can move with a little more ease. My breath feels like it's flowing easier. And the other thing that I noticed is I was having a little bit of twinging in my low back. And when I did that release in the front, now my back that twinge has gone away. So it's just interesting. Everything connects to everything else. So you may notice some little shifts like that as well. All right. And then start to make your breath a little deeper. So now we're going to expand as big as we can in every direction, front, back, sides, up and down. And then on your exhale, really long exhales. Inhale big and full. Long, complete exhale. One more of those. Big, full in-breath. Long, slow out-breath. And then take a big sigh. Soften your low back and your belly. One more of those and soften your shoulders. Back of the neck goes nice and long. And just notice how things are feeling so that before we do a lot of movement, just so you're really honoring where you are and taking care of yourself. And then slide the arms out to a T position. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, rock your knees to one side and look in the opposite direction. Inhale to center and exhale to the other side. So keep going here, back and forth. Nice, easy twist. So if this is the starting of your moving for the day, you might go with a smaller range of motion and gradually go bigger as things start to wake up. And then the other thing you can do is make your feet really far apart or really close together or anywhere in between so that you find the place that feels best for you in your twists. As you go into this next twist, stop there. Knees are going one way, head the other. Take a sigh. And then the arm you're looking at, slide it up by the side of your head. On your inhale, big full stretch out through that arm. Hold the stretch while you breathe deeply. So now we're working at increasing the breath capacity by opening up the rib cage and then stretching all the way down the side of the body here. And then slide the arm down to a T and bring everything center. Inhale, exhale to the other side and take another sigh. And then the arm you're looking towards, slide it up. Inhale, stretch out through that arm, hold the stretch, breathe as deeply as you can. Notice, does this side feel the same as the other side, or is it feeling different? And are you feeling this in different spots? And then slide the arm back down, and then just go side to side a few more times. Just a few more side to sides. Okay, and then back to center. Bring your hands behind your right thigh. Flex that foot. If you want, you could lengthen the other leg out along the floor. Or actually, let's keep the foot relaxed here and just take a sigh first before we do the next part. Now, so for this next part, you can keep your left leg long, or if it's too intense, bring the left foot back to the floor with a bent knee. But then you're going to flex your right foot and just pump the leg. So straightening and pushing out through your heel and bending. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. And just keep going right here. Okay. And then give the knee another squeeze into the chest and release that foot down. Bring your left knee in. Maybe lengthen out your right leg and take a sigh right here. Hands come to the back of your thigh, flex your foot. Remember, the other foot can come to the floor with a bent knee if you need to. And then straighten and bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Okay, and then bring that knee in for another squeeze. And then both knees are going to come in. Either rock side to side or circle knees going in the same direction. If you're making circles, go the opposite way now. If you're rocking, you can play with how close or far the knees are from your chest. And then knees come back to center. Open the knees apart, circle them around, bring them back together, nice and slow. Just like I've mentioned in the past, we're going into ranges of motion that are as large as you can go, but not into pain. Okay, reverse your circle. So if you're going into a place of pain, not only is it maybe a signal that it's not where your body wants to be, it's not the right spot, or you could hurt yourself, but it's also causing gripping or contraction as a protection mode. So we're trying to release that gripping, that tension. Okay, so bring the knees out wide, pull the knees in towards your chest, and you can stay here or you can come into a more traditional happy baby, feet stacked, holding on anywhere from behind your knee up to your foot. Little rocks if that feels good. And then back to center. Now we're going to bring the knees back in, hands behind your thighs, flex your feet and lengthen the legs back up, really pushing through your heels. Arms reach up, point and flex your feet. Move through your wrist, palms up, palms down, spreading fingers and toes out. Rotate your ankles and rotate the opposite way. Toes spread out as you flex the feet. Give your hands a little shake and then reach back up. Breathe in. As you exhale, reach towards the ceiling, lifting head and shoulders. Inhale, release down. Exhale, reach up. Inhale, down. So think of pulling your lower ribs towards your hip bones. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Let's do 2 more of those. Up and lower and up and lower. And then make soft fists with your hands and bicycle the arms and the legs. Reverse your bicycle. Okay, and then place feet down on the floor. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms turn up, shoulders gently pressing down. Now, we're coming into a bridge, but we're going to go into a long bridge. So walk your feet away from your heel or from your hips, and then you're going to lift your feet up so you're just on the heels. From there, lift the hips up. Tailbone is lengthening out towards your knees and the navel is scooping in and up. And then if you want a little more intensity, think of your heels are planted, but think of pulling them towards your shoulders. So with this longer bridge in this foot position, we're getting into not only our glutes, but more into the hamstrings. And then we're just going to lower the hips an inch or two and lift an inch or two. So we're not pulsing because that tends to get people jamming into their low back. I wanted a slow, intentional movement with this lift and lower. Okay, next time you lift up, pause right there. And then release the spine down to the floor. Release the feet down. Walk your feet in closer to your hips. Now open the knees out into a butterfly. Now take a sigh right here. Bring your knees up just a few inches. So you're not in your widest butterfly, just a little bit higher than that. Press the outside edges of your feet down into the floor to lift your hips up and lower them down. And lift them up and lower them down. And as you lift your hips up, draw your knees a little closer together and then open wider and lift up. Close the knees together. They're not closing all the way, but they're closer. and then drop and open. Couple more, up and down, up and down. And then we're going to come up and just hold here, pressing the soles of the feet together. Hips aren't lifting up very high and your knees aren't at their widest butterfly. You might feel a little bouncing or you might feel a little swaying or rocking. That's normal. I'm taking one more breath in here and then exhale. Spine releases. Bring the knees back in and then hug a knee into the chest and lengthen the other leg out. Take one more sigh right here. And then do the other side. Take a sigh. And then both arms and legs go long. Inhale, stretch out through your body. Exhale, soften. And then go just one side stretches. The other side is relaxed. And release. And then go to the other side. And let it go. And then the full body one more time. Walking your feet back to the floor. Breathe in, exhale, knees into your chest once more. Do a few little side to sides. And then roll to your side and bring yourself upright. So as you come upright, make sure you can sit up really tall. If you find that your hips are a little tighter or your back is a little tighter and you're rounding your back, then sit up on something. Bring a cushion or something underneath your hips that will allow your knees to drop down and your spine to be really straight. Okay, so from there, roll your shoulders up, back, and around. And then do the shoulders separately so that it's like you're doing a backstroke with your shoulders. But your rib cage is also moving here. All right. And then on your next inhale, shrug. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Bring your chin down to your chest. Take a sigh. Slide the chin to the collarbone on your right. And then through center into the left one. And back to center. Now go to the right. And when you get to the collarbone, keep going and bring your head upright, looking over your shoulder. And then chin to the collarbone, slide through to the other collarbone and upright. We'll do one more on each side. Slide, upright, and slide, and upright. Now go back down center, chin on the chest. Roll your head, ear to the shoulder, forward, and other side. And just a few more of these. Relax your jaw, so make sure there's some space between your upper and lower teeth. That means you can't clench your jaw. And then as your head goes over to the right side, move into some little head nods. Stop, take a sigh. And then bring your head forward. Head goes over to the other side, move into another little bit of head nod. And stop and take a sigh. And then bring your head forward to your chest again. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, come up. Reach your arms forward. So we're going to be working on moving our shoulder blades here. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what my arms are doing. So you're not going to be bending your arms anymore. The arms stay straight. It's all happening from your shoulders. So you're reaching forward and pulling back. Forward and pulling back. So your shoulder blades, as you reach forward, are going wide, and as they reach back, they're squeezing together. Keep going with this, a few more, just like this. Now we're going to change it. One arm goes forward, the other one pulls back, and switch. Just keep going, and you'll notice you're feeling almost a little twist in your upper body. Last time on each side. Release the arms, give them a little shake. On your inhale, sweep your arms up, interlace your fingers, press your palms up, shoulders lift up, and then shoulders drop down. Bend your elbows, turn your palms to face your head, circle over your head. And here you can let your rib cage move again, just like when we were doing our shoulder back strokes. And then go the other direction. When our rib cage is moving more, that means our upper spine is moving more, releasing tension or tightness there. As you come to center, reach the arms up, and it's like you're climbing a rope, or you're reaching for a rope that's almost out of reach, and then you grab it and pull it down. And you're just going to keep going side to side with this. Okay. Now, as you reach up, bring your left hand down to the floor, slightly like next to your hip. And then you're going to cross your right arm towards your knee or to the floor, just beyond the knee. So right hand to the left knee. And as you do that, you're going to kind of round that shoulder forward and maybe even feel a little side stretch here. And then follow your hand with your gaze as you reach it up. And then open it out slightly behind you. So now we're opening through the front of the chest and shoulders. And then go around and back to that opposite knee. And sweep up. Okay, let's get the breath in it. Exhale forward. Inhale, open. And again, around. And open. So we're going to do one more. Round it. And then as you open it, we're changing it up slightly. Continue to sweep the arm all the way down to the floor. Lean back on that hand. Turn your gaze to look to the other hand as you reach it up and back. And then come up. Roll the shoulders. We'll do that same sequence to the other side. So now you're going to be leaning gently on your right hand. Left hand is going to go to the right knee or slightly beyond the knee towards the floor. Feel the shoulder roll forward towards opposite right shoulder towards left knee. Opposite left shoulder towards right knee. And you'll feel that little stretch. And then inhale, stretch up and back. Exhale, close the arm back down. Gaze follows the hand. Inhale. And exhale. Open and close. Open and close. Now this time we're going to go all the way open. Hand comes down to the floor. Lean onto the hand. Turn your gaze to look to your right hand. Sweep the arm up and back. And then come back up. Bring your hands to your knees. Inhale your chest forward. Exhale, pull back. So little cat-cows here. Inhale forward and back. One more. Forward and back. As you come upright, we're going to do some circles. So you're going to start to circle your shoulders, and notice my base is circling around as well. And you can go really small with this motion, or you can get really exaggerated. Do whatever is feeling good for you right now. And when you feel ready, go in the opposite direction. All right, and then coming back to your center, lift up really tall. Keep the front of your body long and straight as you hinge forward, chin tucked slightly. Hands are helping support the torso, so you're not collapsed into it. You want to feel yourself stay really long here. And then walk your hands over in one direction. And go through center into the other direction. And back to the middle. And come up. And then we'll switch to the other side. So other foot's in front as you come forward. And then go in one direction. And over to the other one. back to the middle, and come up. Great. All right, let's come around and we're going to work our way up into a table position. Once you get into your table, stretch your right leg out behind you, toes tucking under on the floor, and push back through your heel. So you're going to work through the bottom of the foot and the back of the leg slightly. As you inhale, bring your heel forward. As you exhale, bring it back. Inhale forward and push it back. 2 more. Forward and back and forward and back. Now this time, as you push it back, you're going to stay there, or you can lift your left knee up towards your chest. All right, left knee comes down. Let your right toes be soft on the floor, and then maybe reach your left arm forward. Once you have the left arm reaching forward, lift your right foot up. Now, if this becomes too much, you'll bring your hand to the floor and just do the leg part. Breathe in, exhale, round, elbow and knee come into each other. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, round and out. 2 more. In and reach. In and reach. Pause right here. Breathe. Stretch out from your fingers to your toes. And then come back to both hands and knees. Wag your hips side to side. And come to center. Stretch your left leg out. Toes tuck under. Push back through the heel. And then we'll flow that heel forward and back. Inhale it forward. Exhale, push it back. Forward. Back. Forward. Back. Last time. Forward and back. Hold, pushing back through your heel, or stay there and lift your right knee up. Right knee comes down, left toes are soft on the floor, right arm stretches out in front. Then lift the left foot up, breathe in, exhale, elbow and knee together. Inhale, stretch out. Remember, you can skip the arm, and in, reach out. In and stretch. Last time. In and stretch. Pause right here. Breathe. Bring the hand down. Bring the knee down. Walk your hands forward. Keep the arms straight. Heart is melting as the hips stay lifted. Forehead's on the mat. Lift outside edges of the shoulder blades up to the ceiling. If you want to go a little deeper, come onto your fingertips. Breathing here. And then slide your hips back to your heels. Child's pose, arms down by your sides, palms up, shoulders relaxed. You might feel like rocking here. And then back to center for a sigh. Okay, we're going to engage our core by taking a big, forceful exhale. And then inhale yourself up to a knee stand. Exhale, fold back down. Hands come to the back of your low back with the backs of your hands on the back. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, fold back down. And come up. And fold. Last one. Up. And fold. Okay, now we're going to reach all the way up. And then bring your hands down to the floor in table pose. So we're going to come into plank. You could go down to your elbows if you prefer, or you could stay on your knees. I'm going to come onto the toes and the hands. So once you come into your plank, lengthen out your tailbone, open through your collarbones. Press the base of your head straight up. Breathe here. You can stay here, breathing, smooth breath. Maybe lift one leg up. And then if you did, lift the other leg up. And back down. One more breath here. And then we're going to come to our belly. So you can drop the knees and roll down. You could drop the knees and go down in a modified plank, or you could come all the way down in plank. Release your toes. Bring your arms straight out to your sides, straight out from your shoulders. Hopefully I'm still within your camera range. And then thumbs are going to be pointing straight up like a hitchhiker. Forehead is on the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades to lift the arms up and lower them down. And squeeze and lift. Really squeeze shoulder blades. Squeeze and lower. One more. Squeeze and lower. Okay, take a sigh. Relax your arms. Now slide your arms over your head. Again, thumbs pointing straight up to the ceiling. Forehead stays on the mat. Now lift the arms up towards the ceiling and lower. And lift and lower. Up. Down. One more time. Up and down. Good. Slide the arms out to a goalpost position and just take a sigh right here. So we're working on strengthening those muscles in between the shoulder blades that help us have nice open shoulders for good posture. Okay, so now we're going to be doing two things here. We'll start with the easier one. So hands are going to stay on the floor. Elbows are straight out from the shoulders, goalpost arms. Hands stay on the floor. Push your hands down and lift the elbows up towards the ceiling. And then bring the elbows down and lift them up. And bring them down. Two more. Up and down. Up and down. And take a sigh. Okay, now we're going to do the harder one, the opposite. So now the elbows stay down, but you're going to pivot the forearms off the floor. So the hands lift, forearms lift, but the elbows are down. And lower. And lift. And lower. Two more. Up. And down. And up. And down. And then just relax. Take a sigh. And bring your arms down by your sides, palms down. So if we're doing that and it was really hard for you and you know that you need that kind of work, you could do that same little sequence facing a wall with your arms on the wall. And then you're not working against gravity. Okay, palms are down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together again. Lengthen out your tailbone, scoop in the navel. Get your glutes working. And then lift your head, chin is tucked a little. Lift the arms. Now, if you have anything going on with your low back, you could keep the feet on the floor or lift the legs up. You're not lifting up very high, though. Think of long and strong from your tips of your toes to the top of your head. Breathe. Okay, hands under the forehead and sigh. Wiggle your hips side to side. And bend your knees and move your feet side to side. Windshield wiper the feet. And then lengthen out your legs, bring your hands next to your ribs, press your way up to table. And if you need a little kind of counter pose, do a few little cat-cows here. And then returning into either puppy pose, or you might choose to come up into a down dog now. If you come into down dog, pedal your feet a few times before dropping the heels down. Shoulder blades are gliding down the back. Outside edges of the shoulder blades are lifting up, whether you're in down dog or puppy pose. And take a big sigh here. And then coming back into another child's pose, arms slide back down by your sides. Sigh again. Engaging the core again with a big forceful exhale. Breathe in, force it out. Inhale back up to your knee stand. Hands come together. Exhale, push your hips back, opposite elbow to the thigh into a little twist. Inhale, center, reach up. Exhale, twist to the other side. And we'll go one more time each way. Up and over and up and over. Good. And then back up to center. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, sweep your hands down to the floor. Bring your toes under, wider feet. Lift yourself up into a ragdoll. So your knees are nice and soft. If hanging isn't working today, bring your elbows or hands to your thighs with a straight spine and let your head hang. And then you can swing a little side to side, no matter where you chose. And coming back to center, take a breath in, sigh it out. And then bring your hands to thighs, shoulders away from your ears, shake your head no. So you really want the crown of your head pointing straight down to the floor. If it's not, it probably means you're still holding some tension in the back of your neck. So to really try to point the crown of your head down and then nod yes. Head hangs. Deep breath in. Exhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Take another breath in and then exhale, roll your way up, shoulders going up, back and around. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart and sigh here. And as you open your eyes, bring your feet underneath your hips. Arms come down by your sides. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, lower down, fingers reach back. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to do that again. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, slide up, really working your back muscles there. Exhale, come forward, fingers go back. Inhale, all the way up. And then exhale, sweep the arms down, clasping hands. Now, if you can't clasp your hands, you could use a strap, or you could just reach back with your hands apart. Bend your knees, lead with your heart, coming back into that forward bend. And then once you're there, really reach the hands out and away from the torso. So you're not just moving the hands away from the torso and being collapsed in your shoulders. You want to be actively reaching out with the arms. Breathe. And then slide the arms back down to your back. And then release the arms or hands to the floor. We're going to caterpillar ourselves forward into a plank. So walk your hands forward. And then walk your hands back. We'll do that 2 more times. Come forward. And back. Last one. Forward. And back. Inhale halfway up. Exhale lower. Fingers reach back. Inhale all the way up. Exhale lower down. Chair pose. Weight in your heels. Scoop in the navel. Lengthen out your tailbone. Open through your collarbones. Back of the neck is nice and long. All right. Transferring weight into your left leg, bringing your right knee up into a stork position, or crane, sometimes it's called, crane, stork. Breathe. And then straighten that leg out, pushing out through your heel. Roll up onto the toes, step forward. Balls of both feet. Now we're going to bend and straighten. So you're going to bend the knees and straighten. Staying on your toes if you can. Bend and straighten. One more time. Bend and straighten. Good. Heels release down. So notice your feet are pointing straight ahead. I want you to keep your feet pointing straight ahead. Toes aren't angling out. Now you're going to keep your front leg straight. Bend your back knee, keeping the heel on the floor. So hands on the hips, bend your back knee. Heel stays down, arch is lifted, and straighten. Bend, straight, bend, and straight. Okay, now go to bend. Now lift the toes of your front foot up, push your hips back, coming into a little hamstring stretch. Front toes go side to side. And then bring them straight up for a breath. Front foot comes down, bend your front knee, hands to your front thigh. Now we're going to lift your back heel up, turn the knee straight ahead, and then bring your heart upright. Bend your back knee, tuck your tailbone, and then straighten your back leg, pushing through the heel, and bend it. And straighten, and bend. One more. Straighten, and bend. Good. Lean onto your front leg again. Turn your back heel down. So the toes angle out, heel is down, back leg's nice and straight, grounding the heel into the floor. Front knee is bent. Arms stretch up, shoulders drop down. Take a breath in and out. Right hand comes to your hip. Left arm reaches straight out to the side. Breathe in, and as you exhale, you're going to cross your left arm over to the right. And then as you inhale, open it to the left and turn your torso to the left. Front knee does not move. Exhale, crossover. So you don't want your front knee going side to side. Your front leg is strong and anchored. Let's do one more. Sweep across and open. Good. Hand comes down and step up. Find your mountain pose. Take a sigh. Arms down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, lower. Fingers reach back. Come all the way up. Hands to the heart. Lower down. Finding your chair pose again. Navel in, tailbone long. Weight in your heels. And the reason your weight is in your heels is that's a better position for your knees. It also works your hamstrings and your glutes more. Open through your chest. Breathe right here. Weight into your right foot. Left knee lifts, finding your balance here. Push through your left heel. Roll up to the toes, step forward. Balls of both feet. Bend the knees and straighten. Good. Bend and straighten. One more time. Bend and straighten. Good. Heels come down, toes are pointing straight ahead. Hands to your hips, front leg stays straight, back heel stays on the floor as you bend your back knee. Bend it, arch stays lifted, and straighten it. Bend, straighten. Last time, bend and straighten. Now you're going to go back to that bent position. Push your hips back as you lift your front toes up. Hinge at the hip. Front toes go side to side. And then toes straight up. Take a breath in and out. Bring your front foot down. Weight in your front foot, hands on your front thigh. You might have to step your back foot back a little bit, but you're going to lift the heel, turn the knee forward, bring your chest upright. Front knee is bent, and then you're going to bend the back knee. And then keep the hips down, just straighten the back leg. Straighten and bend it. Straighten it, bend it. Navel in, tailbone down, straighten and bend. Good. Hands to your front thigh. Turn your back toes out, heel comes down. Take a moment to really ground your back heel down into the floor and then reach the chest up. Arms come up, shoulders drop. Left hand comes to the hip, right arm straight out. Breathe in, exhale, cross the arm over to the left. Inhale, open it out to the right. And again, cross it over. Front leg is stable. Knee is not moving. 2 more. Over and open. Last time. Over and open. Good. Stay right there. And we're just going to turn towards the wide edge of your mat. Heel toe your feet out to what feels like a natural width for them, and then turn your toes out. Arms reaching up. Breathe in. Exhale. Lower down. Goddess pose. Take a breath in. Let it out. And then take your right arm straight down towards the floor, just in front of the thigh. Left arm stretches up. So the arms are stretching in opposite directions. Right arm presses the thigh back. And come center. Same thing on the other side. Arm down, arm up, press the thigh back. Back to center. Hands to the insides of your thighs. Press your thighs back, chest forward. Dip one shoulder, look over the other. Switch. Center, chest comes up, arms come up. And come all the way up. Turn toes forward again. Adjust your foot width if you need to. Right toes go out. We're going to come into triangle pose. So you're going to keep your right leg straight, ball of the foot pushing down, hands on your hips, little tilt of your hips, finding where your edge is. So you're not just clunking into it. You're going slow, intentional. Finding that edge, you can stay here, hands on hips, or start to straighten out the arms. Both sides of your waist are staying long instead of curling on one side. And breathe. Now looking down, you can keep that leg straight or you can bend it to come up. Then bend the right knee if it's not already bent, coming into your warrior two. Breathe in and out. Sweep arms up, cup your elbows, breathe in, exhale, lean over your left leg. So you're leaning back. And then come upright, arms back out. Side angle pose, right hand or elbow on your thigh, or you can bring your hand down to the floor or a block. Left arm sweeps down in front. After it gets to your face, bring it next to the side of your head and open that shoulder. As you roll that shoulder open, notice, did your hips jut forward? I notice I do that sometimes. So you still want to roll the shoulder open, but keep the navel pulled in and up and your hips in line with your feet. Now, left hand reaches down to your right foot. Breathe in. Exhale, pull the elbow back. Inhale, stretch. And pull. 2 more. So it's similar to what we were doing in that cross-legged position with that reaching down into the side. Last time, reach and pull back. And then bring the hand back down by the foot. Walk your hands to center. Turn your toes forward. Wide forward bend. Take a breath in and out. And then come up halfway. Hands can stay on the hips, can come to the hips, or the arms can reach out. Hinge your way up. Turn, left toes out, hands to your hips. Press the ball of the left foot down. And then we're going to do a very intentional slow tilt, exploring where your edge is. Both sides of your waist are long. Hands on hips or stretch the arms out. Okay, leg can stay straight or you can bend it to bring yourself upright. And then bend left knee, warrior two. Breathe in, drop your shoulders, find your breath. Are you breathing very shallowly? If you are, see if you can deepen it and slow it down. I know I'm breathing a little short and shallow because I'm talking, so I'm going to work on doing that as well. And then sweep your arms up, cup your elbows, breathe in, exhale, reach over the right leg. And then come up, arms come back out. Take a breath in and out. Side angle pose, left hand to the thigh, elbow to the thigh, or the hand can be lower, floor or block. Right arm sweeps to the front. across your face. Open the shoulder without jutting the hips forward. So keep the navel in long and strong. Shoulder rolls open, but hips stay in line with your feet. Now we're going to do that lawnmower pull. So you're going to reach right hand to your left foot. Breathe in. Exhale, elbow pulls. Inhale, reach. Pull. 2 more. Reach. Pull. Reach. And pull. And then reach. Both hands come down. Lift your back heel. Drop the back knee down. Step back to table. From there, you can come into, we're going to come into puppy pose, but we're going to change it up a little bit. So you know how we did puppy pose at the start of class. You can do that. Or drop your elbows down, clasp your hands, and then bend your elbows so the forearms point up. If that doesn't feel right, come into the other puppy pose, or you could even come into a down dog. Take a few breaths. And then lengthen the arms back out, come onto your elbows, and come up. We're going to come into frog pose. So you're going to keep the toes together, open your knees nice and wide. Okay, so this could be where you stay. A little more intensity, you're pushing your hips back. Or before you push your hips back, you can open your feet apart and then push your hips back. If none of those are working for you, you're going to come into a wide child's pose. Okay, so do what's going to feel right for you. And we're just going to take a few breaths here. So it's tempting to kind of let your belly just drop down, but you still want to pull in and up so you're supporting your organs and your low back here. A few deep breaths. Okay, and then bring your hips forward, bring the big toes together, bring the knees in just a little bit, and now we'll all come into that wider child's pose. And take a sigh. Rolling your way up, and we're going to turn around, bringing the legs out in front, and make sure you have space behind you to roll down, hands behind your knees, come onto your toes, open through your chest, big forceful exhale, engaging core again. Hold that engagement, but breathe. Toes can stay on the floor or bring the shins up. And then bring the arms out. Now we're going to do the same thing we did with the shoulders when we were seated. So you're going to bring the shoulders forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Now one forward, the other back. And switch, 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 and switch. Good. Hands behind the knees, feet to the floor. Inhale your heart forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, open the shoulder blades apart, and then roll your way down. Knees to your chest, rock side to side. All right, left foot comes to the floor. Cross right thigh all the way over your left foot or your left thigh. Now your hips are going to stay on the floor. One thing that tends, just lost my mic. One thing that tends to happen is when we do this, people want to lift their hip up. I want you to keep your hip down. Heel toe your left foot over to the left side of your mat. The left knee pulls your right leg with it without lifting the hip. So you're getting a little stretch through the outer thigh hip area. And then heel toe the left foot back to where it was. Bring your knees up. Still the thighs are crossed. You can stay here or flex feet. Move your feet away from the floor. Slide your hands down and pull your feet towards your shoulders. And then as you release, set the left foot down the floor, cross your right thigh over your left thigh, coming into our figure 4 pose. Left knee comes up, rock side to side. And then go towards the left to find some intensity, but not too much, and then hold there and breathe. Place your left foot back on the floor. Reach your arms out to a T position. Breathe in. And as you exhale, twist to the left. So your legs are going left. Sole of your right foot is going towards the floor on your left side. Look over your right shoulder. And then take your left hand and press the right thigh open a little. Release that press, arms to a T, bring legs to center, and give your knee a hug. Right knee a hug. Place right foot down. Cross your left thigh all the way over your right thigh. So now this time the left hip is going to try to roll up. You're going to keep it down. Heel toe your right foot to the right, and the right knee pulls the left leg with it. Feeling that outer glute thigh stretch here. And then heel toe the right foot back in. Keep your thighs crossed, knees come up. You can just hold right here or flex your feet, move your feet away from the floor, slide your hands down, ankles, shins, or foot, and pull towards your shoulders. And then let that go. Right foot comes down, left ankle to your right thigh, right knee up. Go side to side. And then go a little to the right, going into where it feels right for you intensity-wise. Breathe there. Place the right foot down, arms out to a T. Breathe in, exhale, knees or legs go to the right as your head looks to the left. And then bring your right hand to your left thigh, press the thigh open. Release that press, arm out to a T, and bring everything back up. Knee comes into your chest. Lengthen out the right leg if that's comfortable for you. Take a sigh right here. And then reach the right arm up by the side of the head. On your next inhale, stretch out through your right side. Press out through your heel, reach out through your fingertips. Squeeze your left knee in tight. And then hug the left knee, relax the right leg, and breathe. Okay, left foot down, right knee comes in, and then lengthen out your left leg. Take a sigh right here. Left arm comes up by the side of your head. On your inhale, push out through your heel, reach out through your fingertips. Right knee is in tight to your chest. And then relax the leg, hug your right knee with both hands. One more breath here. And then both legs go long, arms reach overhead. Take another big full body stretch. And then exhale, relax. Let's do one more of those. Inhale, stretch out. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful. And then slide your arms down to a T position. So this next little bit, you want your heels to be planted on the floor. So the heel on the floor is what helps with this movement. And then you're just going to flap your toes forward and back or up and down, almost like a real soft point and flex. And with the heels planted on the floor, you'll feel your whole body kind of doing this little rocking, jiggling forward and back, releasing tension. So just try to be really soft and loose here. And then relax and take a sigh. And then you can just sink right into Shavasana. If laying long isn't feeling good, change it up. Bring the feet to the floor or come to your side. If there's a pose or stretch that you feel would make your practice complete, move into that first. Okay. Once you come into your resting position, and you've made all the adjustments that allow you to be as comfortable as possible, take 2 or 3 more sighs. Each one softening and releasing a little more. And then allow the breath to flow easily. Relaxing everything you can relax in your body, your brow, your forehead, your eyelids, your lips, tongue and jaw. Relax your neck, your shoulders, and release any tension from the shoulders out through the arms and dispersing out the fingertips. Feel the front of your chest and heart soften and open, as well as the back of the rib cage. Low back is soft, belly is soft. Glutes, pelvis, hips are relaxed. Relax the front and back of the thighs, the knees, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. Everything is relaxed and you are fully supported from beneath. And the breath flows easily in and out. Inhale the new energy that cleanses, nurtures, and loves you. Feel it throughout your body. And then exhale the old that is ready to leave and make you free. Inhale new energy and love. Exhale all that is old and ready to leave, ready to let go. Time for you to recharge your system and integrate your yoga practice. Breathe into your belly. Let it go. Breathe in belly, low ribs. Let it go. Breathe in belly, ribs, upper chest, biggest breath you can take. Let it go. And then start to bring some movement into your body again. Just moving the hands, the feet, maybe take a stretch and a yawn, whatever you need to wake things up again. And then if you are laying down, roll to your side and take another sigh there. As effortlessly as possible, bring yourself into a seated position. And when you come into your seated position, we're going to come into the Hanzi Mudra. So that's all the fingertips together, except for your pinky. Your pinky is extended, backs of the hands rest gently on the lap, shoulders are open and relaxed. This is the gesture of the inner smile. So in honor of this gesture, turn the corners of your mouth up very slightly into a very soft smile. And just the action of changing your facial expression, and it doesn't have to be big, just a little bit, it sends signals to the brain, and the brain in turn sends out feel-good hormones. So just by turning the corners of your mouth up, we change the chemistry in the brain into a more positive, happy place. And Hanzi Mudra is designed to help our best positive qualities open and unfold. And studies have shown that even when you bring a pencil into your mouth across, that causes the corners of your mouth to go up. So you're not even consciously making a smile, just that movement of the corners of the mouth to go up. It caused that change in your brain chemistry. And taking one more breath here with your smile, and then sigh it out. And bring your hands together at your heart, bowing your head towards your heart center to thank yourself for your practice today. Turning the corners of your mouth back up, sending a smile to your heart center. Thank yourself for your practice, and I thank you as well. Namaste.